Temperature, we're 35 degrees here at 93.5, 1590 WAKR. And we're going to film school with Joe Fortunato. And you know it is the Christmas season. It's December 22nd, but I'll let Joe take it from there on where he's going next. Good morning, Mr. Fortunato, and thanks for joining us again.
Well, good morning, Ray. Good morning, everybody. And early Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and that's where we're going today. We are going to celebrate the holidays a week or so early and talk about a beloved Christmas classic, Miracle on 34th Street, from 1947, released June 4th, 1947. Now you're thinking, June, that's curious. We'll talk about that in a second. It was directed by George Seaton. It was written by George Seaton and Valentine Davies. It stars Maureen O'Hara, Edwin Gwynn as Santa Claus, and a very young Natalie Wood. In 2006, this film was ranked number 9 on the American Film Institute's 100 most inspiring movies of all time. The film grossed 4 times its budget, and it had 3 Oscar wins, one for supporting actor for Ed Gwynn, one for writing and story, and another for writing and screenplay. They had separate awards for that back in those days. It was also nominated for Best Picture. Now, when Edwin Gwynn accepted his Best Supporting Actor Oscar, he said, "Now I know there is a Santa Claus." And it's the only Christmas movie ever made where someone won an Oscar for playing Santa. So that's some fun Oscar trivia there as well. Actually, kind of unusually, there were 2 Christmas films nominated for Best Picture at the 1947 awards. This one and The Bishop's Wife, starring Cary Grant, and they joined It's a Wonderful Life from the year before. So 3 Christmas movies nominated for Best Picture in 2 years is kind of an anomaly. Valentine Davies, the writer, he got the idea for the script while struggling through the Christmas shopping crowds, trying to find a present for his wife. The commercialism that he saw kind of made him wonder what the real Santa Claus would make of all of this, and that inspired the idea for the film. And I mentioned the unique June 4th date. Despite the fact that this is set during Christmas, studio head Daryl Zanuck insisted that it released in the earlier months because he argued that more people went to the movies during the summer. So the studio began scrambling to promote it while keeping the fact that it was a Christmas movie a secret. So kind of an unusual release. And that was unconventional thinking at the time because that was well before the summer blockbuster era that we kind of now live in now. Most times prestige movies and stuff were released more around the holidays and Christmas time.
Joe Fortunato with us, taking us to film school, The Miracle on 34th Street. Joe, I've often wondered this. I love this movie. Matter of fact, I just watched it again a couple of days ago. But I've always wondered the scenes when they're in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. Is that actually the parade, or was that just mocked up for the movie? Because it does look pretty real.
No, indeed it was. It was. They did use footage from the real parade. In fact, in fact, both Macy's and Gimbel's were approached by the producers for permission to have them depicted in the film, but both wanted to see the finished film before they gave approval. So if either had refused, the film would have had to done extensive reshoots and re-edits. Fortunately, both the test of viewing both Gimbel's and Macy's were pleased and gave their permission. So indeed, it was part of the real parade and real Macy's and Gimbel's. The cast and crew had unanimous positive opinions of Edmund Gwynn, who played Santa Claus. They loved him. They thought he was just a wonderful man. Maureen O'Hara said by the time they were halfway through the shoot, we all believed that Ed was really Santa Claus. I've never seen an actor more naturally suited for the role. So that's kind of nice to know that they all felt that way. Natalie Wood was only 8 years old when she made this film. And, talking about the holidays and release, now, even though it was they released a pre-screening in May, Macy's closed for half a day, so its 12,000 employees could go see the first showing, which is kind of nice. It almost sounds like a Christmas bonus, even though it happened in May.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to jump on a little bit. We haven't talked about it, and I know he has a role in it, not a huge one, but it was interesting in 47 that a much younger William Frawley in the movie as well. Of course, we know him best as Fred Mertz.
Yep. And he did a lot of movies. He shows up in a lot of movies back in those days, and you think, oh yeah, there's Fred from I Love Lucy. It just kind of show you how different things are back then and now. The film received a B rating, which is not the kind of ratings we have. That was morally objectionable by the highly influential League of Decency because Maureen O'Hara played a divorcee. So they kind of knocked it down a little bit. One other thing that I think is kind of a cute thing, not even necessarily specific to the movie, but normally if an envelope doesn't have a stamp, the Postal Service is not going to accept it. But it's known that during the Christmas times, the Postal Service will accept letters without stamps during the Christmas season when children write letters to Santa Claus if the address is the North Pole. So that's why the ending of the movie, the Postal Service wheels in carts and carts of mail addressed to Santa Claus, proving that children really do believe in Santa.
It's a fabulous movie. Urge everyone here this weekend, if you haven't seen it in a while, or maybe you've never seen it, it's a big hit for me and many others, and Joe did a great job with it. The Miracle on 34th Street. My friend, thank you for all the work with us the mornings of 2023. Look forward to many more and more stuff as well with you in 2024. Have a good holiday season, my friend.
You too, and I look forward to it as well. So happy holidays and happy New Year to everybody out there.
There you go. Joe Fortunato, he takes us to film school each and every Friday morning at this time on the Ray Horner Morning Show. 93.5, 1590 WAKR.